The Idea of You, which is available now as of yesterday on streaming on Prime. It's on Prime Video. This premiered at South by Southwest, where it was the closing night film, so it's quite a good premiere, but it's now straight to Prime Video. This is the new sort of rom-com from Michael Showalter, who's actor, director, comedian, who's best known for directing The Big Sick, which I really, really liked, and The Eyes of Tammy Faye, for which, did you interview Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye?
That could well be the case.
You've interviewed.
I've interviewed her a couple of times, yes, and I think one of them would have been
so many famous people, and it's anyway. So good director. This is adapted from a novel by Robin Lee, which I haven't read, but which has been dismissively described as Harry Styles fan fiction. The script is co-written by Jennifer Westfeldt, who co-wrote on Kissing Jessica Stein, and so Anne Hathaway and Nicholas, and I think it's Galitzine. I'm sure everybody's shouting his name at me, but I think that's how it's pronounced. Latter of whom was a jock in that brilliantly raucous LGBT high school satire Bottoms, which we got a lot of mileage over. What did the title mean? Anne Hathaway is a 40-year-old single mum, art gallery owner, Solène, who, due to her ex's uselessness, he's run off with a younger woman, ends up having to take her teenage daughter to Coachella. He has bought a VIP meet and greet ticket for the boy band August Moon, who the daughter used to love. But now they think that August Moon are so seventh grade. But then when Solène accidentally walks into the trailer of Hayes Campbell, who is the sort of, the Harry Styles-ish, heartthrob of the boy band, they're all heartthrobs. She thinks it's the loo because she's told, the VIP toilets are over there, over by those trailers. And she goes into the trailer. She thinks it's the loo. It's actually his trailer. She doesn't notice that he's a pop star. He immediately takes a shine to her, not least because she doesn't immediately notice that he's a pop star. He then turns up at a gallery, buys everything in the gallery, and then gets her to take him to, I think it's Glendale, to see if he can buy some more. And she says, "What are you doing?" Here's a clip.
I feel like I don't meet people like you very often. And most people think they already know me. Hayes Campbell. It's not me. I don't know, you didn't seem to care. And for what it's worth, I think we met in a very interesting way. I think you're smart and, you're also you're hot or whatever.
Hot?
Or whatever. So I guess what I'm doing here is just trying to get to know you better.
Well, I do appreciate your honesty.
Just in case anybody didn't hear, whilst we were watching that clip, when he said, "I guess what I'm doing here is," and Simon Mayo interjected, "being annoying," which is, on the way that's...
Well, he was.
But it's kind of the point, right, is that he's a young guy in a boy band and she's a grown woman. And she says to him, "I'm old enough to be your mum." And he says, "Yes, but you're not my mum." And then one thing leads to another. And when it does, the fact that she is older than him causes everybody to lose their minds. The fans, the ex-husband, the daughter, and the media. She's told to stay off media. And there's one pretty thing when she opens a computer and there's a headline, "Hayes caught a cougar," and a picture of the two of them together. She screams and slaps the laptop shut, which did make me laugh. And she says at one point, "Look, I fell for the idea of you." At which point, of course, if you're a member of that society, everybody applauds and leaves, although it's on streaming service, so you'd only be leaving your own house, so no point in doing that. It's not on a par with Big Sick. It is absolutely cheese on toast. And I think that that clip gave you a sense of it, which is why you said out loud, "What I'm doing here is being annoying." However, it does have a point, which is, why are people so alarmed by the older woman romance? I mean, think of every single film you've seen in which it's a 40-year-old man and a younger woman and nobody bats an eyelid. So behind the fluff and the cheese and the nonsense, there is something going on, and there is some decent stuff about the fact that she realizes that it can't work, but she's swept up in the idea of it. It's also got some good lines. There's a couple of things I did laugh at. So there's a moment when her daughter says, "Mum, why would you break up with a talented, kind feminist?" Which I did actually get made as a t-shirt. "Did I not warn you? People hate happy women." And another thing, which is a headline in which she's being called Yoko 2.0. I mean, it is fluff. But if you think about Anne Hathaway's recent projects, she was in Eileen, she was in Mother's Instinct, she's in this. I mean, you cannot accuse her of not walking the full length of the counter. And I think the fact that this has gone to streaming is probably exactly right. It's, it's a kind of sweet-natured rom-com with a bit of an edge, because the thing that it's saying is, why is this such a terrible thing? And I actually quite like the idea that the central character knows from the outset that it's not going to work. The film is still got a kind of fairy tale fan fiction thing element. And actually, weirdly enough, from a narrative point of view, they're quite clever about how they work that out. But it's fluff, but I was kind of charmed by it in an odd way. I mean, I love rom-coms anyway, and I love cheese on toast is always good. And I like Anne Hathaway. So yeah, he's annoying.
Where can I stream this?
You can stream it on Prime.